life is always change. We have a schedule for tour, but suddenly rain shower is coming. But we cannot waste our time. That means immediately we have to change our schedule. That is what we call contingency plan. In our life, it's same. Sometimes you made a plan, but suddenly something come out, then we have to change the schedule and the timetable. Now, this time, I just want to introduce about our training program. And individual life, sometimes they think individual life is different from family life and also social life, or it's different from the nation. But it always included individual life, family life, social life, and life in the nation. For example, if you don't have your country, if you don't have your nation, that means there will be no individual. There is individual, but no identity. What is the meaning of this? Maybe you heard about boat people, those who escaped from the Vietnam before. They just flowing in the ocean, then they don't have an identity. It means if you lose your country, that means there will be no identity because you cannot have a passport. Then still in the Philippines, there is a refugee camp. Those who came from Vietnam, they are still in the refugee camp. It means individual life is, many people think that individual life is just individual life, but it's not. Individual life always related to nation, not only nation, to the family and society and community, everything. That's why individual life is important, but also life in the nation, in the country is also important. That's why when we are learning for this training program, we will include everything, like individual life, social life, community life, or life in the nation. Now, is there anybody who knows the total population in the world? Total population in the world. That means how many people are living in this earth? Anybody can say something? This is what's happening here. What? 8.4 billion. Okay. What else? Right now, around it's similar, 8.2 million, but it depends on who calculate that the population in the world. Roughly 8 to 8.2 billion. It's a very big number. Okay. Then I ask from Palawan, what is your name? Daniel, okay. I just raised the question to Daniel. Okay. There are 8.2 billion people living in this world, right? Is there anybody who is exactly like you in this world? Yes or no? Exactly like you. Yes? Of course, there are so many Daniel, but not by name, by you yourself. Is there any same somebody who exactly like you in the world? There is none. Can you imagine this is a miracle? There are 8.2 billion people are living in this world, but Daniel is only one in this world. Many people like gold and silver and diamond, but you can find out gold and silver, diamond in everywhere if you go to shopping mall. But anybody want to see Daniel, that means they should fly to the Philippines, they should come to the Canaan. What is the meaning of this? Individual. A man is very important. Why? Because he or she is the only one in this world. Each one of you are only one in this world. That means you are very, very important person. Very, very important person. VIP. When VIP come, always they have a red carpet, right? But we don't have a red carpet, but we have a green carpet here for you. Many people say that I am nothing. Especially when I go around in the remote area, they are poor, they don't have educational background, they are poor, and they are not well knowledged. Then they say, "Oh, I am nothing," but it's not. Why? Because he or she is only one in this world. Even 20,000 years ago, there is no Daniel. Even after 20,000 years, there will be no Daniel. It means your identification is only one in this world. Now, question. I think there's something wrong. I just want to question to why did you come to the earth? Uh, 3 weeks ago, I went to Timor-Leste, and I had a training program, 2 days per province. Then each province, I have 2 days. Then I read the same question to the audience. Then one man raised his hand, say that I came to the earth because my God sent me to the earth. That's why I was shocked, because I never hear that kind of response. Because when I train the high school students, now see, if you go out, that means you will wet your old clothes. And one student raised his hand, "Sir, the reason why I came to the earth because my father met with my mother, and I was produced accidentally." Maybe biologically it might be correct, but it's not. Why? Because we are only one in this world. Then again, he responds that I came to the earth because my God sent me to the earth. That's why I have a purpose to live in this earth. That's why I was shocked. Then, what is your work? Then he told me, I am pastor. Even many Christians, they don't know why they came to the earth. Because each one of we are only one in this world. That means there might be great power in the world. They send us to the earth to achieve the will of the great power. When we know that one, our life will be different. Because many people, they say, I came to the earth by accident. But it's not. Sometimes I train the other religion like a Muslim or Hindi or Buddhist. Of course, here we are all Christian. That's why I use the word of God. But there is a great power. As Christian, we say that the great power is our God. And our God sent us to achieve His will. Then it means, what is the logical background? We are only one in this world. That's why, very, very important person. Because of that, you can respect other people. Sometimes those leaders, they seem to be respect other, their inferior, but in their heart is different. In just outward, they respect. But because I am important, but my neighbor is also important. That's why we respect our neighbor, our other people with our heart. See why? God is watching your heart, inward, not outward. Then, question is that how many lives you have in this earth? 2 lives, 3 lives? Only 1 life. 1 life. Many people think that our life is very long, but it's not. Very, very short. Very, very short. Even you live 100 years old, 120 years, but still, compare the long history of 1,000 or 10,000 history, our life is very short. Then, what kind of life do you like to live in this earth? Like me, when I have a sharing in Indonesia, they asking my age. Then my answer is very simple. I am 78 years young. Then you may confuse. I live 78 years, but still very short. Very short. It means because we have one life in this earth, we must have a fruitful and beautiful life. This is the reason why we should have fruitful life, because we have one life in this world. And to have a meaningful and fruitful life, we must have a dream. But many people, they don't have a dream. They just live day by day, eat and work, and no meaning. But because we are only one in this world, to have a meaningful life, we must have dream. Then question is, do you have a dream? Then what is your dream? When I raised this question to many people has a dream, but their dream is only for themselves or their family or their only community or something like that. But when I read this question, when I trained high school students, one boy raised his hand. Sir, I want to be a medical doctor. Very good dream. The second question is that, why do you want to be a medical doctor? Then his answer is very simple. I want to help those people who are suffering by sickness but who cannot find a doctor. I just want help. And one girl raised her hand and I have a dream. I want to be a lawyer. Then why do you want to be a lawyer? Then her answer is that I want to help those people who are oppressed but who cannot find a lawyer. I want to help them. This girl and this boy, they have a dream, but not for themselves, for other people. Many people have a dream, but their dream is only for their own life or their family. We must have a dream, but we have the dream for ourselves, our family, but also we have to have a dream for other people. Then, as Christian, this dream should come from our God. That's why when you make your dream, you have to pray continually, whether this is your dream or my dream. Many people have a dream, but sometimes they confuse whether it's a dream from God or by themselves. If you have a dream, you can make a goal. If you don't have a dream, you cannot make a goal. Then if you have a goal, you can make a plan. Question. Is there anybody who has a 20 years plan? Raise your hand. 20 years plan. Nobody. Anybody who has a 10 years plan? Raise your hand. 10 years. 10 years. 10 years. Okay? Others, they don't raise their hand. Is there anybody who has a 5 years plan? Raise your hand. 5 years plan. 1 year plan. No plan anymore. Many people, they don't have a dream. Because they don't have a dream, they don't have a goal, and they don't have a plan. If you have a plan, your life will be very meaningful. If you don't have a plan, that means your life is not really meaningful. I just share my experience. When I became 60 years old, I prayed for 1 year. I prayed to God, what will be your work for me next 20 years? Next 20 years. Because I thought at that time, maybe I can live up to 80 years old. Then for 1 year, God didn't answer to me. But 2007, next year, it was April, when I have a training program, I pray in the prayer mountain, then God answered to me. You start, finish it. That's why I was trapped by God's dream here. That's why I'm standing here. As you know, I'm a businessman, and instead of expansion of business, I try to expand Canaan movement in the world. Why? Because that was dream from God to me. I have 2 years more. Then now, life is expanded. Because when I was 60 years old, I thought, maybe I can live up to 80 years old. Now I will change. Maybe I can live more. That's why I pray again, another 10 years plan, but no answer. Still waiting. That's why we can say, if you have a dream, you can achieve something. We can say, achievers are dreamers. That's why we need to have a dream in our life. If you still don't have a dream, when you stay here for 1 week, let's make a dream. But that dream must come from our God. Now, this one I will show you later. Then, what is the meaning of training? What is the meaning of training? Training is with discipline. Training without discipline is useless. Then, what is the meaning of training? Training is something learning and something teaching. That is the training. But what is the meaning of discipline? Discipline is to obey rules and code of behavior. It means once you learn something, you have to practice it in your life. In the world, there are so many Christians, but we are not sure how many Christians they are really obey or follow the Bible, the Word of God. Christian. And when they learn something from the university or something in the elementary school and high school, how many are they really practice in their life? That's the question. Even you learn 100 things, if you don't practice in your life, it's useless. Even you learn one thing, but if you practice in your life, that will be valuable. That is the reason why when you attend a training program, learn by heart. Maybe later you will be the trainer in the future. You have to learn by heart. It means when you become the teacher or lecturer, you have to teach them by your heart, not by knowledge. Then there will be fruits come out. When you attend training program, always learn by heart. When you teach, when you conduct a training program by yourself, teach them by heart. Then next thing is practice. How you can be a model. When you become the leader, you should be practice first. Sometimes they say after learning, you are the one who practice it. But it's not. I should be the first to practice it. Without practice, there will be no fruits. But if you practice, there will be fruits come out. What is the meaning of practice? Simple. We planted many trees here. Before it was wasteland. Every year we plant mahogany trees. Planting mahogany trees is a practice. Once we practice that, after 20 years, we have a lot of trees inside. And 2 years ago, we cut one tree and we make a very good table and we use the veranda. Later you can visit there. How is it possible? Practice. Not just by talking. When you practice, there will be always fruit. Then why do we need training in our life? If we have a training and discipline, we get the power of overcoming difficulties. When you attend the training with the discipline, that means when you have a trouble or problems, then you can challenge and power of overcoming difficulties. Our life is not smooth, like a small boat passing the Pacific Ocean. Sometimes we have a good weather, but sometimes typhoon and strong wind. Then, if you are well trained with discipline, you can always have a power overcoming that difficulties. Second, if you have a training, good training, no death. For example, swimming. If you well trained by swimming, if there is a problem and the boat collapsed, then still you can survive. That's why this training is very important. And if we have a training, no poverty and no shame. Why many people are living in this world as poor? Because they don't have proper training. Even they have a proper training, but they don't practice it in their life. That is the reason why they are poor and they are in shame. And if you have a training, you will harvest rightness and peace. This is very important. Right now, world is almost in chaos. War is ongoing, and many people are living poor. And in the family, many problems. Even in the individual country, they have a problem. But if they are well trained with discipline, that means they can harvest rightness and peace by themselves. Now 12 o'clock, then your stomach is giving message to you. Feel hungry. That's why I will not continue, because I understand. If you miss a meal, they will complain. Now, I will continue this afternoon. If there is no the rain, then there is still rain. If no rain, we will have the tour, and you can see all the operation in our institution. Okay, and thank you, and have a good lunch. Enjoy your lunch.
Attention. Get chopped.
Okay, well.
Stay focused.